And we are back with the last game for today. Still me and Freddy. We're still
Hello, hello.
alive. Still alive. Um, with Black Smoker, interestingly, against Green Purple Luffy. What do you think
Yeah,
about the
very
matchup?
interesting to see Black Smoker in this meta. It had a bit of an uptick when the first lot of starter decks came out. Got the Smoker starter deck, had that new Tashigi, had the Sengoku, a lot of power ups for Smoker, but it's definitely gone downhill since then. So it's really cool to see it's still kicking about.
Yeah, I mean, Black generally isn't too bad into GP. I mean, there's the stage, but without the stage, Green Purple Luffy's board is very exposed to removal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that stage is going to be so crucial for Laboon to find here. If he doesn't, Smoker's got a good chance here. Of course, since Smoker was meta, we've had a couple of bans go through. Moria got banned, Ice Age got banned, both very important tools for Smoker. Um, so we'll see what kind of list that CJ is running here without those tools. Where are the deck lists?
Is it not updated?
Exclamation mark deck
Yeah.
list in the chat if you would like to see them.
I hope
There
I
we go.
updated it. Yes, I did.
Yep, so we've got a couple of new tools, especially from OP11 for the Kobe support, but just generally a lot of Black Navy support. We've got that Ripper, that chump blocker if you've got another Navy character, and the I'm going to be a Navy officer searcher event. Very good at filling up trash and just finding more of your options. And also good, reliable, brand new. Meanwhile, on Laboon's side, pretty standard green, purple, Luffy list here. I don't see anything too crazy. I don't think he's changed his list too much throughout the league. He's been pretty solid on green, purple, Luffy throughout the league, hasn't he?
Yeah, he played Law a bit, but that's a fake deck, so he swapped to green purple.
Man just beat Abster and is like, yeah, it's all fake.
I played Law a lot myself. If you don't have the Aldart searchers, you don't draw them. That's what I realized. That
That's why
happened.
no one finds the new Kid Killer. It just doesn't have an alt
Yeah, yeah, that's the problem.
art. Oh man, Laboon here plays down his Zoro finds the Sanji pudding. Something I want to talk about quickly is looks like CJ here with the odd curve, Laboon with the even. What do you think about that? What do you think both decks want to go in terms of curve?
I assume that Laboon wants to go second probably because of the like 4 cost into 5 drop into 4 cost on his turn 3 with Sanji pudding. And I guess second for CJ is also pretty good because then on 6 on the curve, he can play Tashigi down, attach it onto leader, and pop a 5. So if Laboon doesn't have stage, which is not the case, could have KO'd the Sanji pudding. But now with the Kuzan on board, he could still do that. So I think second is good for both.
Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, Callum's definitely making the most of it. Still going first. I mean, like you said, getting that Kuzan down. Um, gonna undo a lot of the cost increase that Merigo gives. I presume the Sanji pudding here. Yeah, +2 to the Sanji pudding makes it 7 cost, but with that Kuzan -4 brings it back down to a 3 cost. Very easy to KO from that range for Smoker.
For sure. It's likely still gone, to be honest, the Sanji pudding. Unless CJ doesn't have removal in his hand. That would be Laboon's
That'd be
best
very
option.
unlucky.
Yeah.
I mean, we see a couple of removal options that he's running. He's got the Brooks, he's got Kobe, which is very nice, very good off the Rebecca. I do like that. He does have T-Bone in a pinch, and then he has Tashigi and Jack, but it's very good high cost removal options. Oh, we see a 5k swing from Laboon here, putting 3 down on the Nam. He's swinging 5. We've got 5, 6, 6. Just peppering down some of CJ's resources in hand here. Very nice. Ultimately, get a life, get a 1k and a 2k. Pretty good. Pretty good. But Callum, sir, I think he's going to try and swing into the Zorojiro and somehow remove this Sanji pudding. Could put CJ in a pretty good position here.
Yeah, the Kuzan's gonna do great work now.
Absolutely. Still such a good card. Despite being released so
Yeah.
many years ago.
Yeah, there's a few cards that just they aged very well throughout the formats.
Like a fine Gouda.
I don't like aged cheese. I'm a baby. I need like this. Not if a cheese tastes like cheese, then I don't want it. That's basically what.
Wait, what do you like your cheese tasting like?
Yeah, like less cheese. I don't know how to explain it.
Like cheese that doesn't taste like cheese.
Yeah, like it's like if you have like a. It's like you have like this like very fishy like fish, and then you have stuff like tuna, which is like not that fishy, you know. That's like that's the same with like you could have like Gouda, which is like fresh and not like aged, but you could also eat like stuff like very aged cheese that is like very I don't know how to say it, but it tastes cheesy. That's not what I like.
What is bro waffling about? Jesus.
It makes sense. Trust. It makes sense.
Oh my god. Um, back to the game. The Sanji pudding's gone. Got the Tashigi on the board.
One in chat if you understand me. One in chat if you understand me.
Oh my god, but I know what he meant.
Yeah. I need like less cheesy cheese. That makes totally sense.
Oh my god.
I mean,
So yeah, I think Laboon's in a pretty tough spot here. Um, I mean, even if he does get down another Sanji pudding, it's going to be tough for him to remove this Kuzan because Callum just has a load of cards in hand, and even then, he just has the Ripper.
yeah,
If
you
there's a
definitely
big swing
just
coming in.
2K wonking this probably, and then because there's Sanji pudding coming, it's like Sanji pudding and maybe like an 8K thing or something. So maybe
It goes with the Ripper block instead.
that is that
Maybe thinking that maybe Laboon might not commit too much. Oh, that's an electrical Luna freezing the Kuzan. Very good from Laboon here.
interesting. Yeah,
Doesn't have to worry about that Kuzan -4 cost. Jesus, words. It's very good. But he has a -1 card in hand. And doesn't develop another Sanji pudding.
no, he just
That's
used leader ability on the Fordon he used, and then yeah, plays another body. So it's not great.
no, this does give Callum a bit of an opportunity to play more of his big KO, consistent KO cards, or any of his big cost reducers. Maybe another Kuzan comes down, a Brook, a Jack. Be pretty good here in this position. And he just takes that hit there. He's not super afraid of dying from this spot, and he just needs more resources in hand. Like all black decks, they're greedy as hell.
That
They
is
just need the
true.
resources.
Yeah, if you can keep your opponent's board small, then you don't need too many life. And maybe he wants to put up some defense as well to defend the Kuza next turn.
Absolutely. I mean, a Sengoku here could be really good. I'm not sure exactly what Callum's got in his trash, but just a really strong blocker that gets him an extra body could be pretty strong. Hell, it could just get him that small Sengoku to filter out his hand.
Yeah, Sengoku from trash is really strong because you go +1 from the Sengoku. Because usually you play the Sengoku, then pitch 2, so it's technically you lost 3 cards and then drew 3. This time, if you play him from Tash, you only pitch 2 and draw 3 anyways, so you have 1 more card in hand. I mean, it's
and
the
a 7k
same.
blocker.
Yeah, it's the same with the. You have the same amount of card in hand, but an extra 7k on the board, basically.
Yeah, we'll see if he has it. But the way he's splitting up his Don here, doesn't look like he has it. He's on 9 Don at the moment, so a lot of plays open to him, but maybe he'll just try to flood the board a bit, maybe get down like a Hina, Rebecca, Brooke, something like that. KO this Sanji blocker. But I think this is a pretty strong position from CJ here. He can just start chipping away at some of Laboon's board, chipping away at the resources in hand, and
Yeah,
just make it pretty hard for Laboon to close out the game here.
Rebecca would be really strong because it protects the Kuzan as well. And you get one more card back. You have a T-Bone and Trash, so you can even pick up like a 2k. Yeah, so it seems to want to be tapping 3. Oh,
I
maybe
think
not.
this could be a Hina coming in.
Yeah, that
Yeah, there it
is
is.
a Hina. That's -4, and I would assume the Sanji. Yeah. And you still need like, I mean, if you want to play Brook, still need like -1 somewhere, but luckily we are Smoker.
Yep, get that -1 from the leader ability. He doesn't get the extra +1k if he does use the ability, because he needs a 0 cost
Yeah,
on board. But if you're just focused on clearing the board, you don't mind about missing out that buff.
for sure. And if this is Rebecca Brook now, the game is, yeah, it's pretty much over.
Oof. I
Take
think
like
he is
a,
going to get back that T-bone play out,
yeah,
Rook.
maybe like take what's at the end of it, maybe another Hina or Jack or something. What, I don't know what the last 2 cards in his trash are, but yeah. I mean, yeah, the Kuzan is protected now. There's Rested Brook. There's so many things you want to swing into. But you have to first get rid of Rebecca, and he has like a bunch of cards in hand. So yeah. Everything you play is probably gone.
Absolutely. This is such a terrifying board here from CJ. I think even if you do. Oh, he can't even Uso Hachi because he's on 7 Don. Laboon is on 7 Don. Uso Hachi as a requirement, you have to be on at least 8 Don to rest a 5 cost. So that doesn't even help him here. I think maybe another Electrical Luna saves him for another turn.
Yeah, Luna is probably his best option. Yeah. But drawing both of them, it's not too likely.
Oh, very nice. Plays down the Luffy Tarot, lets him play a 5 cost Straw Hat Crew. And he doesn't. Oh, that is painful from Laboon. Just plays a vanilla 7 cost 8k.
And it's going to be gone regardless. But
Yeah. I don't think it even matters that you get the +2 cost buff from the Merry-Go. Because this Kuzan is still kicking. I think even if he does leader ability, that still doesn't give him enough Don for Electrical Luna. So, yep, this Kuzan's up. So that 9 cost is becoming a 5 cost. And that's just going to be so easy to get in range of a KO. That is such a sad play from Laboon there. Obviously, we don't know his hand. We don't know if there was a better play available.
yeah, I mean,
And he just passes it, gets
everything.
that
Yeah.
2k out of his hand. But I think Callum's happy to have that in trash because he can just play Rebecca and get it back. It's crazy good.
Yeah, we have -6 already on board. Kuzan -4, Brook -1, Leader -1. So we only need like -2 or something to be able to deal with that Luffy Taro. But at this point, we're so ahead, we wouldn't even need to deal with it. We could just swing a bunch. But yeah, if you can, you obviously want to get rid of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, 5. Yeah, I think, yeah, -4 cost, -1 from leader, -1 from Brook. Puts it as 3 cost, as in prime Jack range.
Yeah, maybe we could have blocked
Now,
with the Rebecca instead of playing over one of our buddies. Oh, the ramp trigger.
gets his Gum Gum Giant active. Wondering if he'll be inclined to use that. But no, what I was going to say, after mentioning Jack, what do we think in this deck about playing that new starter deck Teach over Jack? They both have the same effect, except Teach on KO lets you add any black card from your trash to your hand, whereas Jack lets you draw and trash one um, every time you use the ability. So, what do you think for Smoker? Which one's better?
Mm, I think the draw one, trash one is just always going to be more impactful than just the on KO. Because, like, you don't want it to be KO'd, so the dead effect only happens whenever something bad happens, technically. That's how I would view it. And the plus, like, cost from Jack also is not too unimpactful. I mean, in the current meta, like 7 cost is already enough to play around most things that are not Red Rock, and then Red Rock doesn't care if your body's 11 cost. But maybe in a different meta, especially with more black, then Jack obviously is a lot better than the 7 cost teach. It only doesn't matter for teach specifically because once, like, obviously you can search it, so it's obviously better, but the removal doesn't work against teach usually because it's all on play. But yeah, I think in this deck it's probably Jack.
Absolutely. Oh, God, you didn't need to do that, Galen. Plays down the Sengoku, gets a Hina from trash. He actually played it over the Hina, and then played it again from trash, that same Hina. What a play. Gets that Luffy down to a 0 cost, and then KOs it with the Brook. And this 5k swing is counted out with a
Look at
Gum
his
Gum
hand.
Giant.
Yeah, he has 4
4
giants.
Gum Gum Giants!
He has 4 giants, Luffy Tower, and the Gamma Knife.
Man, what a hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, from that hand, it's definitely GG's. Ooh,
Yeah, the
I
Kuzan
mean,
on
that
board,
was
that's
just,
big.
yeah, that
Already very
Kuzan put
strong.
in work.
Kuzan already strong just playing a body drawing a card that your opponent has to deal with. And then if it also gets a swing off, it's like usually neck breaking. But this time it got a swing twice. So it's -8 on a body basically.
Yeah, crazy good. Crazy good value there. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat here. CJ said he was inspired by Krulzor's ST14 game. Very
Yeah,
nice. Is that the
we don't talk about that in here.
I didn't actually
I,
catch that one.
I may have been involved in that. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
okay.
against me, and I lost the
Oh,
one.
okay. I'll
Yeah,
definitely have to watch that back.
ST14 seemed pretty strong actually. I would probably say Smoker's just a worse version of ST14. Not saying CJ should play it. If Smoker's like one of his favorite decks, then just go for it. It's still like a fun deck. But SD14 looked pretty strong with the new Garb it can play, which Smoker
Oh, that
unfortunately
new Garp is
can't really
so
play
good.
it. Or I mean he can, but it's like hard to set up. And yeah, previously like the matchup for Rage was really good because like the deck didn't synergize that well. It didn't build up trash for Gecko back then. It was like fairly slow. But the Sengoku is really strong. The new Hina that attaches the Dawn is also really strong. And especially Ripper annoyed me a lot because there's a 6k leader which is already hard to beat into as Reiju, and then there's also Ripper. So then once you don't swing big, he gives you a bunch of 1ks, but if you swing big, he ends up blocking. So that's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, very, very good deck. Interesting thing I learned about that new Garp, actually. I only learned this the other day. So Garp has a condition when you play it that if you have a 9, if you have a 9 cost body on the board, you get to KO a 7 cost.
Yes.
But the 9 cost doesn't have to be on your board. If your opponent has a 9 cost, the effect still triggers.
Yeah, that's the same for like, for example, 7 cost Rebecca that needs like an 8 cost on the board. In Usopp, it always works because the Rebecca itself is an 8 cost when you play it. But let's say you play
Is
the
that
Rebecca.
really? Does it trigger off your opponent's board as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. If you play Rebecca in Rebecca, for example, and your opponent has like a Jack on board, then you can use the Rebecca ability.
That's awesome. How many of these cards have gone under my radar?
I'm not sure. I don't think there has been printed too many of these. I think all the like other ST14 like specific cards all require you to have an 8 cost.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I think it's just because that new starting to get the OP13 reveals
Mm-hmm.
and the new what's it called? That Dedan, Curly Dedan says that it's not specifically if you have a Mountain Bandit card, if it's just if anyone has a Mountain Bandit card against double attack. So I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, if your opponent plays Dardan, suddenly you can make use of it too.
And
Yeah,
oh yeah, you're right. I'm just looking at the Rebecca. It's just there is an 8 cost on the field. Very nice.
didn't trust me.
Sorry. Yeah. uh, yeah, crazy. Back to the game anyway. Um, we see Callum here with the going first. So it looks like Laboon opted to go second again, having lost. So he plays that Sengoku. He plays that winner Sengoku from the new tournament packs. I believe he just bought that this
Nah,
Monday.
he won that. We believe in him.
No, he bought it. I was there. um, but yeah, fills out his hands, then plays the Search and Navy event on the next turn, fills up his trash even more. Really good. Sets up for his Sengoku, sets up for his Rebecca's. Very nice. So now going into Laboon's 4 Don, we're hoping to see a Zoro Juro from him. That'd be the best play here. But we'll see
Yeah.
if he can find it.
Yeah, that looks like a no.
Oh,
That does look like a no.
6. Oh, very interesting there. CJ, having played one Sengoku, trashed another Sengoku off the Sengoku, and now just counted out with the third Sengoku. He's only got one left.
I mean, technically he got 5 left, but I don't want to be that guy. Maybe we will see the
So good.
7 cost Sengoku this game because it's gonna be really strong on 7 Don because there's a Kuza in the trash now.
Yeah, very true, very true.
I put the 7 cost Sengoku in my BY Luffy deck.
Oh, really? How's that working out for you?
Yeah. It was like I was doing that as like a meme build, but it's actually not too bad.
Is Kuzan the only target, or have you added in a few more
No,
Navy targets for it?
I added some more cards that you can play off it. Sadly, it only plays black cards because the one cost Garb from BY is Navy too.
Play
But
the Searcher Gar.
yeah, I put brand new in the
They
deck.
thought about it.
I have brand new in the deck as well, but that one is just memeing.
Brand new, nice.
But yeah, we see the 6 drop, which is not the best play because that one's definitely just gonna get removed now. At least you got a 7k swing off.
True, true. Didn't opt to use the effect to take his own life and restand. Oh, but he didn't have the 2 active done.
Yeah.
Would have had to use leader ability here.
Yeah, then he has like 2 Don left if he does that. Leader and the Luffy ability. But like if you want to play 7 cost Sengoku now, we have to leave the Luffy on the board. Which is not maybe a bit like the risky maybe. It's a really strong card.
True. That being said, does CJ, can we see Kobe in trash? Because if he plays the Sengoku and gets the Kobe out,
Yeah, that works. That works. Yeah, I don't think there is one in trash. It doesn't look
looks like we're
likely.
going tap 5 for Tashigi, this could be.
Yeah, and then
That could be pretty strong, establish a body, and then maybe play out a Ripper afterwards to protect the Kuzan. That would put CJ in a really strong position here. Nope, he just
just
attaches to,
just the 8.
KOs the Luffy, and just goes 8. Oh,
Okay.
is this a trigger from Laboon?
I
Perhaps a
guess,
ramp trigger?
yeah, you could ramp or Luna and rest the Tashigi, but that doesn't do much for you now. He just ramps,
It
yeah.
is a ramp. I think that's a good shout. I mean, that gamma knife could be very important later on, especially as it's the one-off. Um, so that could be pretty important later on to get rid of, say, a Jack or a Sengoku.
Am
I
I
think for now he
crazy?
just wants the Don advantage.
Am I crazy or did he forgot to draw Bond for turn?
Oh, he's having a look. I think he might have. Oh no.
Um,
Um,
he played the 6 drop, but he didn't use leader ability. So then he has 6 done, and then he ramped with Gamma Knife to 7, so now for turn he should be a 9.
he's right. He should have 2 extra Don. Looks like they're working it out.
Yeah.
Damn, you're just on it today.
Yeah. Best commentator in town? No.
Maybe, unless.
Most controversial commentator in town. That could be me.
I just saw the chat there commenting on Laboon's little comment there. It's a little angry guy, angry at all the misplays.
I could imagine that being Laboon's face with the hand he was given. Oh,
That's his hand.
does he have a target? There's no. I mean, he should
He
have.
does have a target. Very nice. Not a Sanji pudding though.
Uh,
Seeing a distinct lack of Sanji puddings here from Laboon.
it is better than nothing. I would have loved to see him play like Sanosuke off it.
The one of, or is it a two of in his deck? The one of.
It is a one of, yeah.
The very sneaky lethal. Does use leader ability, doesn't get any Dom back from the from any Sanji puddings, so he does just Dom -2. But he does get the plus 1k buff. That could be really strong for just not letting the Kuzan poke at him. But I think at this point in the game, CJ doesn't mind just attaching an extra Don to the Kuzan, just to get an extra card out of Laboon's hand. It's not the worst. And we're seeing a 7k swing here, almost certainly at the Kuzan. I think CJ should probably counter out to save this. And it looks like he does. Wait, he countered with the Sengoku. Sengoku has counter?
Yes,
What
and
a
Goku
card!
has counter.
That's so good. I thought it
I
was a
mean,
brick.
no, there's been a lot of 7/7 with counter. Some better, some worse. But like Sanji, for example, the Rush Sanji, does a lot and has counter. But then there's also cards like Ben Beckman, who's a 7/7 with counter. So that's a common theme with Bandai cards in the
Crazy.
recent sets. And then there's the 7 cost Bonnie that kind of sucks, but it has a
Oh
counter.
yeah, that sucks a bit. Crazy that they keep giving Bonnie support. It got support in EB2, got support in the starter decks. It's getting a bit of support in PLB2. Crazy. They just love Bonnie. Starter deck lore. Sorry, I think you mean starter deck carrot? God, I love that 10 cost lore bet, but it's so good in carrot. So much fun. Sorry, just waffling a bit here because it looks like
Yeah.
DJ's just trying to plan out how he wants to separate his Don here, how to best tilt Laboon with his removal. I think that's ultimately the black mantra is, okay, I can remove his board, but how can I do it in like the way that's going to tilt my opponent the most?
And the best way would swing the Kuzan, but reduce the Nami by 4, and then still remove the board regardless. That would be the best
Incredible
way.
IRL sim misclick. But yeah, it looks like he does give the -4 to the Luffy Taro, a very wise target. It did get buffed by the Merry-Go, so 9 -4, so it's on a 5 cost now. Still don't think it's going to be too hard for CJ to remove. He might not be able to remove both the Sangoro and the Luffy Taro, though, so Laboon's looking like he'll have some kind of board at the end of this turn, which at this point, it's all he could hope for. I mean, what do you think Laboon needed to do more in this matchup outside of just drawing better?
Yeah, I think might be the straight up just the answer. That might be the answer. Drawing better. I don't think it made any like crucial mistakes. It's just that I mean, you don't have removal in your deck unless you play like Radio Knife or something. So if there's a Kuzan on board, you can't really do much against it. And then if you also don't really draw your pieces, especially if you're in like last game just playing a 7 drop that doesn't do anything, then yeah, you're just getting cooked. But that's been GP's problem for a while, especially against Lucci and stuff. Um, you're very weak to removal unless you play stuff like the 4 drop Zoro or Radio Knife to get rid of cards like Brook and Kuzan. Because without like Kuzan, this wouldn't be so easy. Then the setup is missing because there's no Ice Age and stuff. But yeah,
Absolutely. That EB2 4-drop Zoro could have been really strong in this spot.
Laboon might be the trigger god.
Oh, very interesting. He gets the trigger Gamma Knife again. Looks like our deck list might be wrong then. Looks like
Yeah,
he's added
yeah.
a second Gamma Knife in.
We've had that problem before.
He's lying to us. Judge, DQ this man. Get him a deck check.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and that's a sad Sanji putting so late on.
Yeah, we found that last time, but yeah, now with the board that is looking at us, it is not looking great.
I think an Electrical Luna could save him some time here, but he needs to get the Electrical Luna and somehow block her up as well. Leave some Dom up for a Gum Gum Giant because he's on 0 life here. That's a pretty tough position for Laboon to be in. But it looks like he's just gonna start doing some swings here. Maybe try and get rid of this Kuzan, but I think CJ's still got pretty healthy hand. Even if he has no blockers, he has no Rippers, he has no Rebeccas, no Sengokus, he's still got 4 or 5 cards in hand. I still might be able to defend this Kuzan.
Um,
Nope, there goes the Electrical Luna.
that is strong, yeah, but still, Brook is on the board. If he has like, he doesn't run Tempest Kick, I believe, right? No, he doesn't.
Doesn't look like it.
So there's no like Tempest pop a blocker, but we can't even play a block anymore. Maybe it's just trying to survive with 2 giants, which is not unlikely. Giant is a crazy card.
True. It is crazy. And CJ here does. He has a couple of bodies. He has the Hina, he has the Broken as leader. But, he doesn't have super big board here. So yeah, it's definitely possible for Laboon to survive this turn. And especially as CJ just took those last 2 hits, there's definitely a possibility for a lethal next turn for Laboon.
That is true, especially with like the rush, restand Luffy and stuff. There's a lot of things that can happen. And yeah, just doing like 16 with leader because there's an army on board. Probably not gonna get there. I mean, you would assume it does, but not against this deck. I mean, Laboon could just be bluffing.
Could be, could be. We've seen it before. We saw it from Moss last game bluffing that 10-layer igloo. And yeah, this might cause CJ to pause a bit here. I mean, we've all played games when just jam 15 on leader, swing. Somehow with two Gum Gum Giants, they just get out of that easily.
Yeah, and lose like one card in the process in total.
Yeah, crazy good. Oh, and I filtered all of these bricks from my hand and
Yeah.
found all of my answers.
If that's too radical, it's like at least you lose some cards.
Yeah.
Giant worst case could like be 8k counter. Just 4k from the card and then maybe you draw 2 2ks.
So good. But I think if Callum somehow removes even just the Sanji pudding and gets like a blocker out, he might not be in the worst spot. So he might just focus on removal rather than going for lethal here. I think that could be the best play. Ooh, just seen that link in chat there. Looks like,
Now we have the correct list, yeah.
well, we've got a fixed deck list, but also we've got some Shabby Showdown leaves available. Might be available to purchase soon.
Yeah.
They look pretty clean.
Oh, we do
I love
see
that
the
Kuma paw
Sengoku
print.
coming down for the first time.
Oh, lovely. I love that alt art so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The entire board is beautiful. Except that one Kuzan, because there's one clear winner on which Kuzan alt art is better. And I'm not gonna point out which one, because if you don't know by yourself, shame. Now, which one do you like more? The PRB or the original?
Trying to remember the original. I know the PRB one, but the original,
It's on the board.
uh, is that the original one? I thought that was the PRB one.
There's 2 Kuzans on the board.
Oh, right, yeah. I thought one of them was the one cost Sengoku. No, there are two
2 Kuzans on the
Kuzans.
board.
Ooh. Hang on, let me
Chat says championship, but that doesn't count.
I'm not a big fan of the championship cards, to be honest.
Uh,
And there are a
that,
couple
that,
of championship cards that
that's
I
rage
like.
bait, right? That's rage bait. That's gotta be rage bait.
They're overrated. That being said, I do love I've got one championship card. That's 7 cost Big Mom. It's my family heirloom now. Beautiful.
Yeah,
But no, I think I would go for the OP02, the original alt art.
that is the correct answer. You pass.
That one goes pretty hard.
Yeah, I was almost on the ban button here.
Hovering.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say, yeah,
I've
that's such
I've
a cool
sold all
pose.
my price cards, but if there was one I would love to keep just by how it looked, it would be the 4 cost law. The 4 cost law, the blocker one from Starter Deck 10 as the championship card, it looked insane. It's probably the best card I've seen in person.
Really?
Yeah, I love that artwork so much. It's just stylish.
Ooh, I'll try and find it. Just trying to look on the card list here to see if there's a black
3,
character.
7, and there's a 2k, 1k for the 7. Another 7.
Oh, that does look pretty good.
Yeah, and in person it was so crazy. The foiling on that and stuff is
Oh, with
insane.
all that electricity stuff when
Yeah,
he's doing
yeah,
the
yeah.
room.
It
Oh,
was
that
a
looks good.
crazy card. There's a lot of times I put one of law into my purple decks, and then every time it's not that card, I'm like, I wish I was rich and just kept that card.
Oh, nice. That looks good.
Can we get there
Um,
with the? It gives him 2k, 1k again. We have 3 cards in hand. We could play if we have another 6 drop, but we have 7 on left. So we play it for 6. We restand to get one back with Sanji pudding. 6k leader. So we have 4 done, 6k leader. Could do 7, 8, 8. Or like, yeah, 7, 8, 8 is probably the best number here.
So basically seeing, does he have a 2K, 1K in his hand right now? All three 1Ks.
Yeah, basically. Could try to survive again, but this time it looks a bit more difficult.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw that Gamma Knife earlier come down on the Sengoku, so if he does block with that, it's pretty dead. Oh, we do see the Rush Leafy come down.
Yeah.
Don
So
-2 for leader ability. Restance 2 Don, gets an extra Don from Sanji Pudding. So you're absolutely right. We've got 4 Don left with a 6k power leader. Now, an interesting bit of extra power he could get. Oh no, he changed his deck list. He doesn't have the one of Ashura Doji Demon Sword, whatever it's called. The
Ashura
two
would
cost
have,
event.
funny enough, Ashura would be worse now because if you use it for 2 down on your Luffy, you do swing 10-10, but then your leader swing is just a 6. And if you use it on your leader, then it's 7-7-8. So it's actually worse, funny enough.
Oh no, so here's the thing. I was thinking you put the tap 2 plus 3k to the Nami. Just get one more swing in.
And it's the same because then it's 5 and 6. Like 5k swing Nami, 6k leader, that's still 2k, 1k. It's the same as 7.
Oh, true.
It is 6 though.
CJ takes this. This is going to be rough. No, he does counter out with 2k here. And that may be putting a stop to
Interesting 6.
Laboon's lethal push here. Just does a search. Why not? Gets a brick out of hand, finds
Yeah.
him another brick.
Yeah. I guess you could use it at least. It's interesting. He has no blocker, no life. And we saw Giant used the turn before, so there's one less Giant, but more bodies on the board. And there's also no Luna, probably. So, yeah, we do play the stage.
Trying to find some kind of out. I mean, he does run the blocker chopper.
Like his best out
The
was just
Foxy
going
Pirates
6,
one.
6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Was probably more likely than trying to survive this. How much cards does he have? It's like 6 or something?
That looked more like 7.
Maybe he actually survives this, but
I don't know. There's a lot of swings coming out, and CJ might think he's not surviving next turn, so could swing with the Sengoku blocker as well. That's a 7k swing, which is pretty impactful here.
I mean, you can probably. I mean, the Luffy is a 10 cost now, so probably not clearing that.
True, even with the Kuzan swing.
Yes.
And that's -4. If he plays down another Hina, that could be another -4. -1 from leader, and then it's a 1 cost. Rook clears
Yeah,
it.
but if he spends too much cards out of his hand, then he dies to the remaining characters that are still on the board, the Zoro and the Sanji Pudding. So he's probably just going for game here. It's like, what's that? It's 6-6, and then you could do what's left 14 because you can use leader on the Nami. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 14 and 2 don't still left up. And then there's the 7 from Sengoku, technically. Could also happen. Maybe you do 8 and 13 then. Yeah,
I
8
think
and
that might be it.
13. Or you do 10. Yeah, 10, 11. 8, 13. Is 8 better? Might be, yeah. You do
See,
10,
this is why I like
11.
casting with you, Renee. You do all the maths and you do all the hard stuff. And I'm like, yeah, numbers sound good. Numbers.
It's just, yeah, the question is on what swings does he overcounter the most? Now it's 8 and 13. 13 is like giant 2k, 2k. And like 10, he doesn't have it. Okay. And then 10,
Doesn't
11
have
is Giant
the other
1K,
giant.
Giant 2K. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he could have
Giant,
lived if he had a second giant.
Giant.
And I think in
Okay.
that case, yeah, CJ would have lost after that. But no, really well done from CJ. Knew to go for lethal there. And he takes game two, 2-0 sweep.